Somebody How many people, even if you don't buy, how many
Yes, good morning, Sylvia. Welcome to the program this morning. Bystanders and newsletters. I'm Christian Chuku. I also big thank you for being part of the program. This is Ogba. We are right here as we get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Okay, today is the 22nd of July, 2022. 22nd of July, 2022. That was a date, 2222. We are looking at the papers this morning. There's a live stream. There's a link. You want to join us on the live stream. There's a link that's been pasted. We want you to be part of the program, and also click on that link so that you can be part of the program this morning. I have the Vanguard newspaper this morning. I also have Nigerian Tribune, the Vanguard and the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead, AKT Indigen scored highest as 378,639 candidates score above 200. Yes, JAM approves 140 cutoff marks for universities, 120 for polytechnics, and returns 29 billion to federal government coffers. Returns 29 billion to the federal government coffers. Let's look at running mate. Aggrieved governors not leaving PDP. That's some autumn revelation from the governor of Benue State. Aggrieved governors not leaving PDP. Atiku to meet Wike to pacify him. He says Atiku to meet Wike to pacify him. Yes, he says. Let's continue. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. Now over to CBN. CBN insists it's illegal to buy dollar with naira for campaign. Insists it's legal to buy dollar with naira for campaign. Who is going to prosecute those that will buy dollar with naira for campaign, and who is going to determine what purpose the dollar is used for? INEC to publish particulars of candidates for 23 state elections tomorrow. Yes, they are waiting and looking forward to that. INEC to publish particulars of candidates for 23 state elections tomorrow. Main headline. One of the headlines that is biting and very important to Nigerians exceeds revenue. Federal government projects 6.72 trillion naira for subsidy for 2023. Debt servicing exceeds revenue. Just debt servicing exceeds Nigeria's revenue. Nigeria imported 202.9 million metric tons of petrol from 2015 to date. Nigeria imported 202.9 million metric tons of petrol from 2015 to date. Nigerian Navy tells reps. Setimas unveiling clergymen not big names in Christendom. Clergymen not big names in Christendom. That's from Tinubu campaign team. On the terrorist attacks, federal government moves nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities. Federal government moves nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities. As House of Reps halt sale of 5 power plants. House of Reps halt the sale of 5 power plants, says federal government in breach of Privatization Act. Shippers Council of Nigeria meets Maritime Workers Union, failed to convince workers to resume work at APM terminals. Shippers Council of Nigeria meets Maritime Workers Union, failed to convince workers to resume work at APM terminals. Let's go straight to the Vanguard this morning. The Vanguard is above the masthead. 100 million poor Nigerians make my political structure. That is from Peter B. 100 poor Nigerians make up my political structure. Admission, JAM stakeholders peg varsity cut off marks at 140. JAM and stakeholders peg varsity cut off marks at 140. Osun government Adeleke trade wars over assets and propaganda. Osun government Adeleke trade wars over assets and propaganda. Main headline on Shetima's unveiling. Tinubu adamant as reactions trail to clergy's presence. Tinubu adamant as reactions trail fake clergy's presence. We didn't hire clerics, a party source. We didn't hire clerics. Who is this party source? We saw some pictures on social media where the clerics were supposed to have be given money and also given the garments to wear for the event or the unveiling of Shetima. I didn't invite fake Christian clerics, Tinubu. I didn't invite fake Christian cleric, that's Tinubu. Says upcoming bishops attended event. Says upcoming bishops attended event. I was at home in Calabar, never in Abuja, says Apostle Ubi. I was at home in Calabar, never in Abuja, says Apostle Ubi. As that I haven't been to Abuja in the last 3 months. I haven't been to Abuja in the last 3 months. God will judge them for putting my name on their list, sir. God will judge them for putting my name on their list. Disclose identities of bishops, Reverend Fathers, others at unveiling ceremony. Christian body tell APC. Yes, sir. Can one APC politician to stop impersonation? Can one APC politician to stop impersonation? APC members in Kaduna quit party over Muslim ticket. Federal government records 3 trillion naira deficit in 4 months. Subsidy gobs 1.94 trillion naira. Yes, more hard times on Nigeria as subsidy deficit hits 3 trillion naira in 4 months. I have Mr. Chigozie. Yes, nationwide ban on motorcycle and mining activities. A proposed by the Security Council, nationwide ban on motorcycle and mining activities. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay. Let's start with the bishops, upcoming bishops.
It's unfortunate that these people are adamant and very crafty. You see, they keep on devising means to avoid the wrath of the people. You see, what do you mean by upcoming bishops? Is there anything like upcoming bishops in Christianity? So, bishop, the position of bishop is not an all-comers affair. And there is no bishop that can be hidden. There is no bishop that people can, at least when you belong to a particular denomination and you are sent to the position of bishop, there is not a position that you can be hiding under carpet. So who are the upcoming bishops? These are words coined out, deceptive words coined out to deceive the gullible ones. And of course, people have known that what they are up to is a clear indication that this movement of APC is a deceptive movement. A movement that is built on deception. It's falsehoods and deceptive propaganda. Who are upcoming bishops? Is there any bishop, be it Anglican, Catholic, Presbyterians, or a Pentecostal that you can know? There's no bishop in Nigeria that you can mention that it will be sent from my ear. So these are people from the, of course, for the garage, who you lobby to make very cheap political propaganda.
Okay.
You have been rejected, and that is just it.
Okay,
it's very unfortunate that, of course, everything about them is falsehood, and they lack that moral credibility. Of course, the public will always have their say.
We are having a deficit of 3 trillion naira in 4 months. Now, subsidy, debt servicing has exceeded revenue. Debt servicing, just debt servicing, has exceeded Nigeria's revenue, and it's a projected hard time for Nigerians.
Of course, we are people within this contraction is already trapped in this excruciating and unbearable economic mishap, hazard. In a country where a liter of kerosene now is 900 naira. A liter of kerosene is 900 naira. Why we bought it at 50 naira during Yaradua time? And Jonathan time era before it gets to 1,700 naira or 18 naira then to 90. When kerosene petroleum was about 87 naira, kerosene was about 60 something naira. But now it's 900. A liter of gas, I mean, a liter of a kilogram of gas, 1 kg of gas is 1,000 now. 1 kg of gas. Between 900 and 1,000. So where are you heading to? And they're telling us that the, of course, the debt servicing exceeds the revenue. So what is that telling you? That is a dead country. Nigeria economically is dead in terms of economic correspondence. And that is what, of course, the media is now telling us. This is not coming from Chigozie. That the sovereignty of Nigeria has gone moribund. As a nation, Nigeria is indebted to the tune of how many trillions? Over 200 trillion naira. You see? And now you are telling us that your revenue is far below, of course, the benchmark. That even your revenue, the entire annual revenue, cannot be used, cannot be enough in debt servicing. Should you channel it to debt servicing? So what is that thing about the Nigeria you are clamoring for? This is just a painted sepulchre, a dead corpse, buying time to be buried. And the more you linger it, you leave it at the surface, it becomes a potential threat, a monumental threat to those who possibly might survive. So the situation is more or less biting harder. This is not just to make an impression, but the reality, of course, the papers are reporting it, that it's becoming so unbearable. And what is the essence of government? What is the government doing? Even with the borrow fund, you keep on borrowing. Of course, the projection is not far from realities. When you are borrowing to, of course, offset debts for debt servicing and recurrent expenditures, just to pay the salaries of yourself and that of your concubines and the allies. You see, most of the states are, in fact, they have gone moribund already. Most of the states are bankrupt. Of recent, is it Abia State for not paying
30 months.
Salaries of lecturers for 30 months? What is 30 months? 30 months is 2 years and 6 months. So if you have not been paying salaries of your lecturers, of your workers for 2 years and 6 months, is that institution living? How is the workforce of that institution? How are they surviving? That is the reality. The same thing extends to federal government. Somebody in Alausa confided in me, unfortunately, see, that even if your pay slips reach 150,000, what you'll be seeing in your bank is 70,000.
But if your pay slip is
if your pay slip is 150,000, they will only credit 70,000. In Lagos State Ministry,
90 or 80,000.
Maybe you come to my house. I will discuss that to you. What happens to you? That I'm using the money for my upkeep. In the so-called state that has the highest generated internal revenue, yet people are being changed. People are being subjugated. Some are just, of course, dying silently in debt. It's not frustration. This is what is happening, and when you consider the debt profile of Lagos State, it will baffle you. With all the trillions of naira generated on yearly basis, why are you still indebted to the tune of trillions? You can see what is happening. That some group of people have usurped or have mortgaged the destiny of the entire space. People within this space. And you start to call him. Now, if a country debt servicing, not even offsetting the main debts, you are just paying part of the interest accrued to such debts. You see, over 200 million, 200 trillions. Now, when will you offset the debts? If your revenue cannot be enough to even service the debts, then what are you telling us? That what is ahead of us is calamity, is doom. It's a cry of frustration.
Okay.
And it's a very sorry state. It's a very sorry state.
Government to stop a nationwide ban, to carry out with a nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities.
That is immaterial. The government should accept that they have failed in the primary responsibility of governance, of protecting the supposed life of her citizens. Is very unfortunate. It's a clear indication that the government has failed. Even to provide, of course, enabling environment, create enabling environment where the teeming populations of our own masses can be gainfully employed, engaged. Is Okada riding, is it a job description? You see? That is a foregone alternative because people could not fall back on anything. You have graduates or people with masters riding Okada. Is that something you have to do, I mean, willingly? It's a way of course, surviving, keeping the spirit's body and soul together. And that constitutes nuisance. Of course, people are taking the advantage to commit nuisance and crime. So government is responsible. When banning of Okada, it is not a panacea. It is not the problem. The problem is that Nigeria is dead. And because Nigeria is dead, her citizens are in jeopardy. So what do you do to a dead man? You see, Nigeria is thinking in terms of security, it is minus 100%. Not even 0%. It has gone negative in such dimension. In terms of economy, in terms of, look at a liter of kerosene is 900 naira. And a liter of kerosene cannot boil a delica of rice, a delica of beans, and you have anything left. Now, where do you go from here, Mr. Christian? Look, from here to Ikeja now is 300 naira.
I've not been to Ikeja a long time.
A long time. I went to Ikeja yesterday. 300 naira, going and coming. Something you take 100 naira before. You see, even before this administration, early years of this administration, it was about 50 naira. Later, it was 50 naira. Now, 300 naira without any negotiation. Where are you heading to? Is that a sign? Is it an indices? Of course, with all economic indices, it shows that Nigeria is dead. You cannot protect your own life. You are deficit of security, no food security, no economic security, no social security, no health security, no education security. You deprive your own supposed citizens the right to education. Even with their hard-earned money, people who paid, who suffer to train themselves, you see, pay their tuition fee, but cannot resume classes. And you them to pay another money. A course that should run for 3 years or 4 years will now end up in 9 years. Is that a sign of livelihood? Is that a sign of progress?
Why are Nigerians not standing up?
Why are Nigerians not standing up? It's unfortunate that the likes of you who claim to be Nigerians are not standing up until, of course, a disaster looms. Why can't you, of course, why should you continue to leave Christian issues untouched until disaster looms? Unfortunately, this disaster has caught up with everyone. Because when you go to purchase kerosene, they will not tell you whether you are a Muslim or a Christian. So those within the corridor of power have continued to exploit the masses, of course the gullible ones. When you get a cup of curry, they will not tell you whether you're Christian or Muslim. It's not written in the face. When you are boarding a transport, they will not ask you, of course, they have waived your transportation fare. So this is very destructive. And of course, they should keep on uh, sleeping. Why they more or they still condemning Chigozie and threatening me? Huh? Because when you stand to tell the world what is happening, some gullible, of course, entities, individuals who are cost beneficiaries of this system, understood that Nigeria, but because of their selfish interests and benefits they are enjoying, they prefer humanity, of course, to be destroyed while sustaining this fair system.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's very unfortunate. So what can we do? It is time to rise up, because already by the end of the if 900 naira a liter, then any hope for any humanity? Why are you clamoring for election? Why are you wasting your time? A friend told me that even dollar is very scarce, and they're telling us, CBN is telling us, if you are buying, it's a crime. And CBN is not a crime. Eh? These are useless people within the. He added, of course, the political and the bonds. We are trading for votes.
Okay, thank you very much.
The election should be suspended, of course. That is my advice or opinion to the Nigerians. But of course, they need to agitate for freedom.
Okay.
Because anyone within the Nigeria.
Good morning, Mr. Martin.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes, what we are hearing today. I don't think there might be hope for Nigeria.
The upcoming bishops are what?
Not even upcoming. Let's talk about the debt servicing that has exceeded our revenue, and the federal government is projecting 6.72 trillion for subsidy.
Thank you for having me. You see, the issue is Nigerian government, they are not doing the right thing. Because we'll be saying it, that when you have mediocres in position of authority, who cannot deliver on the job, what you expect is what we are seeing. Because whether we like it or not, from what we are seeing, sooner or later, Nigeria will not have the capacity to pay its debts. And people are not even looking at the larger picture. Don't forget that at the time, people were asking government, federal government, they should tell Nigerians the term of agreement they enter with those Chinese companies, banks, as part of the condition for borrowing. Because we learned that in some areas of the world, some parts of the world, there are instances where China will go and seize some infrastructure, take over some infrastructure as a result of the government not being able to meet up its payment obligations. So I don't know, from the way it's going, sooner or later we may be tending towards that direction. Because if the amount we need to use to service our loan is already exceeding our earnings, do you now borrow more to service the loan? So it's a very big issue.
Just the debt servicing.
That's what I'm saying.
Exceeding.
If it's exceeding your earnings,
Nigeria's revenue.
Now, are you now telling me that you will borrow more to service the loan? So we may get a situation where we will be forced to relinquish some infrastructure to Chinese government.
A few months ago, some experts said that it's not bad borrowing. That it's not.
It's not bad borrowing, but if you borrow to the extent where, from what we are seeing now, our servicing is already threatening. Our economy is already threatened. A situation where sooner or later our earnings will not be able to pay our debts.
Is that why?
And you needed money to do some infrastructure development. So what we are saying is this government have done us great disservice, because they are succeeded in borrowing money for even generation yet unborn, keeping everybody in bondage. So I think it's on this note, because even if a new government comes in, from where do you want to get money to work? And you get a point where you are no longer credit worthy, because if you don't have what it takes to pay your debts, who will not borrow you? So what we are saying is that Nigerians will hold Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari to account. He must explain to Nigerians how he has brought this country to this sorry state.
He must explain.
Yes, because
to our past presidents, and do they explain anything?
Under Obasanjo, they repaid all our loans. They were they pardoned us. When Obasanjo threw Atebukejo went all over the world canvassing for loan pardon and all that. So under Jonathan, he started the borrowing. But it was not as bad as what we are having. Because all along, people have been telling Mr. President, National Assembly, they should watch the borrowing trend. And people have been telling National Assembly that they should check the executive, because their borrowing trend is worrisome. And because of politics, party politics, the National Assembly refused to listen to the voice of reason. And now this is the situation we find ourselves.
Okay, Nigeria is going to gear up for more tougher times ahead. Hence, if we continue like this, it seems.
I say we are almost losing our capacity to comply with our loan obligations. And if you get to that stage,
you say you have lost it.
If you get to that stage, what will be the hope of the country? Because a situation where your debt, the money, not even your debt, the money you are using to service the loan is more than your earning. So where will you get money to build roads, to build the healthcare system, to build what's it called? Maybe the aviation industry, any other area of life that needs funding, even security. Where do you get funds to do it if your earnings is already being consumed by loan servicing?
Is it safe to say that they have mismanaged Nigeria?
The borrowing was not necessary, because the money that is being wasted is more than what they needed to. If you look at somebody being accused of 109.something billion, the former Accountant General of the Federation. Somebody was accused of 47 billion, the former chairman of NDDC. You can go on and mention people who are being accused, and the government is not doing anything about it. So if you free the money that is being embezzled, mismanaged, misappropriated, I don't think we need other borrowing. And if you see the campaign of Obi, you will understand that it is geared towards cutting costs, blocking loopholes, reducing cost of governance, and that's what you need at the federal level.
Okay, CBN insists that it is illegal to buy dollar with naira for campaign.
I think they can do more, not just insisting that it's illegal to buy dollar with naira for campaigning. We all know that money inducement has no place in the democratic process. So I think they can do more beyond the speeches. They can do more by apprehending people who are running foul of the constitution and prosecuting them. Because you are tired of people playing to the gallery. What we need is action. What we need is people being. But unfortunately, even if you put under somebody under prosecution, there's no guarantee that even if the prosecuting agencies succeed in even securing a conviction, what is the guarantee that the person will serve the jail term in the light of the two former governors who Mr. President pardoned? So we are tired of this administration of Muhammadu Buhari, because almost all area of human endeavor is not getting it right.
Oh, okay. Let's look at federal government moves nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities.
I think you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater.
In order to stop,
you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater.
Terrorist activities.
That is not I don't think it's a justified action. Now, do you tell me that people die on road accidents? Do you tell me that you ban vehicles from plying the road? Policemen are being killed by bandits, kidnapped by terrorists. Do you tell me that you disband police formations in the country? You don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. The other time, the federal government or National Assembly rather was tinkering with the idea of criminalizing ransom paying because they could not protect lives and property. Don't forget that the Constitution gives the federal government, the executive, whether at the federal level, the state level, the local government level, the responsibility to protect life and property. Because the Constitution makes it very clear that the welfare and the security of Nigerians shall be the primary purpose of governance. So telling me that you want to disband Okada generally because you want to curb insecurity, for me, is a misnomer. Because there are people who do Okada business legitimately and their life depends on it. So what they should do is they should look at how do you get actionable intelligence that will help you to nip crimes in the bud. Moreover, what people do is they look for ways of gathering intelligence. They deploy technology. You don't destroy a system because you want to get at criminals. Whether you like it or not, even private cars, commercial vehicles, Okada as they call it, that's commercial motorcycle, people use all of them for crime. They say you want to disband Okada nationwide because you want to curb crime. For me, it's not reasonable.
Mostly motorcycles are being used for this.
That is not sufficient to demoralize and criminalize all Okada riders. That Nigerians who are using it for legitimate means of livelihood. So what they should do is, how do you get actionable intelligence that will help you to nip crime in the bud? How do you deploy technology to fight crime? We said it the other time that Soleimani, who is a military diplomat from Iran, America killed that guy under Donald Trump in Iraq through technology. He left an airport, they followed him with a drone, they make sure they got a point where it will register less damage, and he was taken out. So there is a lot you can do with technology rather than bringing hardship on Nigerians. Because each time what they want to do is they want to push it back to Nigerians.
The brunt.
Yes. I think the federal government should rise up to its responsibility and devise means of protecting life and property.
Let's look at the Bishop saga. How would the Christian community be appeased?
I think APC, in their attempt to unveil their running mates, they succeeded in unveiling their hypocrisy. Because if you look at what transpired, you agree with me that they have ended up in creating more problems for their party. Because they wanted to change the public perception. They wanted to create the impression that Christians are not against Muslim tickets. And look at all the information we have online. One of them have come out to address the press that they recruited them from back of Eagle Square, that they promised them 100,000 each, and he ended up receiving 40,000. And he said he have even encountered one of them too, who got 30,000. So from all indication, it is clear that those guys were not bishops. And if you look at the Catholic community, that Kasok, they say you only wear it when you want to celebrate Mass. And if you see the way they do it in a horrible manner, in a hasty manner, you understand that most of them could not even wear the attire very well. Some of them were rumpled, they didn't iron it very well. So it shows you that the planners were not meticulous enough, they were not careful enough to put it together well. So next time, I think they should try to do better. But however I look at it, they ended up ridiculing their party and their candidature and their candidates rather than projecting the person to Nigerians. Thank you for having me.
Let's click on the link. Let's see if anyone will call in this morning. Yes, Levinati, I got one of your statements said if Tinubu wins, they will crown a Fulani queen, Amina of Lagos. I read that history. Knowledge is power. In UK, an average British reads 13 books in a year. In Nigeria, please, can anyone tell us the number of books an average Nigerian reads in a year? That's from Mr. Onoche Ofole. Who is online? Who is calling? There's a link that will be pasted. Click on that link to be part of the program. And if you're live, you have 2 minutes to contribute to the program. Nigeria's revenue falls by 1.89 trillion naira. Debt servicing now much more than Nigeria's revenue. Nigerians are bracing up for harder times, especially in 2023. The projection for fuel subsidy payments is 6.72 trillion naira. According to Nigeria Navy, Nigeria imported 02.9 million metric tons of petrol 2015 till date. The question is, how did we get here? What were we promised in 2015 and 2019? What were they promised? How will Nigeria survive the future in the country? Who is on the live chat? Mr. Kule. Mr. Kule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. Good morning. Thank God it's Friday. The viewers, thank God it's Friday.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday. Yeah.
Our debt servicing exceeds our revenue.
That's the revenue. Supersede the
debt servicing.
The debts are supersede the revenue. Right?
We are not paying the debt, though. We are not talking. We are paying debt.
Yeah, the interest.
Just the interest.
Interest alone. I know.
Supersedes Nigeria's revenue.
The revenue. That's the problem now. How do we get there? How do we get there? They themselves, they are telling us this. They have to be answerable to how we got to this debt mess. You know, how we get here is only them that can explain to us, because they are borrowing those monies. We are not seeing the impacts. They are borrowing those money. We are not seeing development. We are borrowing this money. We are not seeing lights. We are not seeing fall. We are not seeing anything that can impact the masses. So what project did they spend the money on?
Okay.
And we want to know.
Just stay around. Just stay. Yeah, who's online? Who's online with us? How do we get here? I have a DJO. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have 2 minutes to respond to any of the topics you have highlighted today.
Yeah, can you hear me right? Can you hear me? Hello?
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 You cannot hear me? Hello?
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 We can hear you.
Mute me. Don't miss me.
Hello?
You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to contribute to the program.
Can you hear me right?
Come out for camera now.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you are hearing me. What I want to contribute is this. You know what happened in Abuja is what Nigeria is going through today. Yeah.
I have New Nigeria. Good morning. Respond. You have 2 minutes to respond to what we are discussing today. Revenue falls by 1.89 trillion naira, and the subsidy for next year will be 6.72 trillion naira. What is your take? Unmute your mic, unmute your mic, unmute your mic, New Nigeria, unmute your mic, New Nigeria. Okay, I have Onoche. Onoche, good morning, Mr. Onoche. Let's get your response. 2 minutes, sir, Mr. Onoche.
My bros, how are you? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. Kunle. Please tell Mr. Kunle to smile. He's too serious. Kunle, my friend, smile. Can you hear me?
Good morning. I greet you, sir.
All right.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Wow. Wow, I'm smiling. Thanks.
This weekend gonna be
I
great,
greet
man.
you, sir.
It's gonna be great. You know? Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. Listen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. The Nigerian acute problem started 2015 when Nigeria was handed over to group of jihadists that are not well educated to manage nation, and their leader, the government is led by someone trained to cock and shoot gun. How can such person manage economy? He said fraud. He said subsidy is a fraud, and now he's enjoying that subsidy more than the previous government. Subsidy, I think, is the money which they share among themselves. If you put subsidy in fuel, how do we have fuel scarcity? Right? Why a Nigerian refinery is not working? The cabals now keep Dangote to one side, build refinery that will belong to us, the cabals. So Nigerian refineries are dead. 4 good refineries, not even one is working. And people are working in those refineries, collecting salary, bonus, contract being awarded, yet for producing nothing. And Nigerians fools, can they go to this Aso Rock and bring out the man down and what is asked? Go to the National Assembly, deal with all of them. Because how can you say you have 4 refineries, not even one is working? Nigeria is a disgrace to Africans, I'm telling you. Our friends here, let me tell you, early 80s, when you call Nigeria, it will be ringing, but it's not ringing in Nigeria. People from Senegal, Cameroon, Gambia, they're laughing at us. Here in Europe, say a giant of Africa, but you don't have common telephone, which is true. Till today, you don't have light. If someone from Cameroon come and insult you, don't have light, giant of Africa, well, you can't deny it, it's true. We've been appointing people without knowledge to run the economy. That is the biggest mistake. If you go here weekends, there's book market. People, families buy book, they read. Knowledge is power. In Nigeria, do they do such thing? Nowhere. I've not seen bookshop in Nigeria. Only during when the school will start, then on the traders we create emergency shop for students to come and buy books. After that, close. They will not sell book again till the next academic season. Here, books are sold every day. People buy them. It's not that to see people reading. Because knowledge is power. Then how can we run economy with bundle of illiterates, criminals, loaded with money, and we call them honorable? Yeah, that's my contribution. We need to give power to those who are educated, those who study management, economics, political science. Thank you, Christian.
Okay. Mr. Akule, I want you, one more person. After that person, you talk. Yes, Mr. Rent, you have 2 minutes to respond to the topic we're discussing.
Okay. Good morning, first of all. I want to appreciate
Our debt
you.
servicing exceeds our revenue.
Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me? I want to appreciate all of you, especially Flip TV, for the audience you are giving ordinary Nigerians. What is happening today in our nation is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Nigeria is in a big mess. We have the opportunity to redeem Nigeria now. Everybody, let us forget about tribalism, where you come from, religion. Let's vote for competent person. We are not happy living Nigeria, being another man's country. The problem we're having is bad leadership. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, let us come together. Vote the competent one. Look at how our people are suffering. Our people are dying in oceans. And in fact, it's heartbreaking. My prayer is for you people that God will protect you people from all evil people, evil politicians. Mr. Kunle, I do see you. I recommend you so much. I applaud you on your commentaries. Please, I want you guys to energize together. Forget about tribalism. Forget about Igbo Yoruba. Let's vote for somebody. If we have the power, there are very few. We have the power. If we come together, we'll control them. How many are there? And they are controlling us. So let us come together and elect somebody who is competent. That's my contribution. God bless you all. Thank you.
I have. You can respond to some of the things that they have said from Mr. Onoche.
Yeah, they've said it all. They've said it all. And what Mr. Onoche just said, I really concur with him. A Ghanaian guy has messed the whole nation, right from the president on our lands here. During that same fuel scarcity, that the transport fare was jacked up. The Ghanaian was, I was now listening to his tone that this guy, you are a Ghanaian now. Why are you supporting all this increment in? He say, which government? Do you have government? Do you have country, sir? Do you have country? I said, why are you saying all this? Can I say that? Can you talk to a Ghanaian man in Ghana like that? He says, he's your leader. They finish you people, and you people cannot, I was a bit demoralized. Who am I now to attack back? Because all what he's saying is what is on ground in the country. So the country is a laughing stock from other nations. When you have prodigal leaders in charge of the treasury, what do you expect? I think there's still tests they need to do for them, kleptomania or what they call it. That anything they see, they steal. Kleptomania, anything they see, they steal. So the problem here now is prodigal leaders are in charge, and we need to discard all of them. We need to discard all of them. And if that can't work now, let us all find our way how to liberate ourselves, because it has turned to get into the wall now. There's no how we can turn back. We have to break the wall and fight for our liberty, fight for our liberation. We can't be suffering and be smiling. Enough of this oppression, because they have made enough money to jet away from Nigeria when they destabilize this country. But we masses, we people here around here, how many of us has the capacity to even escape, travel out when the problem starts? That is why we have to avert all these prodigal leaders we having. Look at 4, for God's sake. Before even 4, on my street alone yesterday, I was looking at like 20, 30 houses on a row in blackout, in darkness, due to power failure. The street, no street lights. So I was now wondering, why won't all this, government laxity, encourage all this demonic power we've been, there are 2 battles we fight in Africa here. You fight spiritual battle and you fight physical battle, which is from the government. So I look at it, the whole street darkness on darkness. So can anything work inside darkness? No. That is to show you that we have cost leader that they are not even supposed to near the treasury, then near the governance seats, man. And about the money, they said they are paying as interest alone to the donors, to the creditors that borrowed us money, right? The problem, the solution is they have all the list of the corrupt people, and the one they've not included his name on it. They should have it.
Any of them not corrupt?
You say what? All of them. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if they want God to be kind with them, because as it is now, they will soon be facing the wrath of God. That's why I say all of them that are bringing religion, talking religion, are they really practicing? Are they really ruling in the God's way? Let's forget about the one in Katsina. That one is a blunder already we've made. It's a big blunder, and everybody is regretting. Tomorrow now, I don't think his generation can ever even near. Even when we hear about that name, we remember about the mismanagement, misrule of the fathers, of the living father. So what is there is, let them pack all those looters, all of them, let them come to a summit, lock themselves up, or we have to force them to surrender all what they've taken away from this country, because it's a commonwealth, it's our commonwealth. Can you imagine? It's like a son of a butcher, a son of a butcher that sell meat in the abattoir, and he ended up eating bones. Is that fair? It's not fair. Our collective money, commonwealth money, some of these rogue, some of these tyrant leaders will pack it in their pocket.
What we have that is surplus is cash.
What? That's the fuel? Are you talking of the fuel? I've told you the genesis of this problem of fuel scarcity is the fuel refinery. They intentionally make it redundant, make those refineries redundant. Because if those refineries are working, there won't be any sycophant, there won't be any one of their cronies they will use, to go and start bringing fuel on the name of fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy, I've been telling you, is a scam. Their paying is a scam. And they've been doing that for years, over years. And this one is too enormous that it has really opened and exposed the, gravity of the problem of this fuel we are having. And it's the way it is, they are projecting the fuel we have as a cost to Nigeria. And it's supposed to be a blessing. Refinery, every year they spend money, turn around. They've spent almost 360-something billion now to do Port Harcourt, Asaba, Kaduna refinery, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and I think there's one in Asaba, right? They've done this year alone for the turnaround of the Port Harcourt. It won't work. The money will just go down the drain. What kind of prodigal?
Asking for 200 billion.
That's just 200 billion. I said they should go and recollect 80 billion from the accountant general that looted 80 billion. They should go there, and all those people that paid 100 million for their party candidates, they should get them rounded up and get the refund back to the government first. Because when any politician come into power, it can't be as rich as bringing out 100 million to buy a farm. Check most of them. Check their profile before they get to power. Check their worth before they get to power. But when they get to power, they will manipulate our resources, and they will manipulate our life, and they will destroy our majority of our life. So it's like they are meant to kill destiny, and any leader that is meant to kill destiny shouldn't be given a space. Okay. My own intake is the youth as it is. Don't let us fall for the scam again, political scam. The way what me I even prefer is enough is enough of this hunger. Enough of this. Enough is enough. You can see enough aggressive. Everybody is being aggressive in the city. The aggressiveness, instead of using it to face the people that are causing all this problem, we will be, putting that aggressive on ourselves. And that is why I'm so tired of the country, the way it is now. Thank you.
I have Mr. Lucky. Go on, Mr. Lucky.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
How are you doing?
We thank God.
We thank God today.
Yeah.
Let me thank my brothers and sisters who are watching me. May God bless you. Live long. God bless you. So watching us.
Okay, let's look at our debt servicing. The value of our debt servicing has exceeded our revenue. What we are paying to service debt is more than what Nigeria makes.
You see, it's what they say, what they write, we believe. I am not there. It's what they tell us. All these are just telling us for us to just forget and say things are not working well. And it's true. They will tell you no money, but there's money somewhere. APC are mapping up this money for 2023 campaign. So they are telling you our debt sentence is higher than whoever. My brother, whether I higher, whether I lower, no benefit for us. Abi, is there any benefit? No benefit. We are the one paying it. We are the one paying our nose and everything. Look at now. A finance minister will come and tell you like he's there, nothing can show for it for the years he has been there. The former finance minister doesn't have certificate. Understand me? So this one again coming to tell us subsidy, different things. There is no benefit for us for these 8 years of Buhari. All we are hearing is that budget today, budget tomorrow, income is more than this. That story we are hearing. No improvement, nothing we can boast of it for this particular government. There is nothing. What is it? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Let me tell you about it. Wait. They just build offices for each Lagage. They write Fashola. They build another one again. They write Babatude Aswaju. They build on that bus. I'm talking about the office. So, but I want to ask you, how many railway move from Lagos here, Gutumenta, say to Kano or Abuja? They only talk from here to Ibadan. Railway, I did railway. This railway, since how many years?
There's an evidence of what they have done.
Which evidence? Obasanjo started bringing coaches. When Yaradua came in, Yaradua started laying the lay. Good luck. Continue from there.
Let's forget about that one. How would Nigerians cope?
How Nigeria cope?
With gas 1,000.
Thank you for bringing me back to even Mr. Yam.
Let's leave Yam. Yam is not.
Yes,
not
now. No Yam now. No Yam. Where you can only find Yam, maybe Ikoyi, all this supermarket, you can find Yam. They're very expensive. Maybe Yam have gone to 5,000 naira now. Are you not imagine this morning? They say bread people. The only thing that survives people is bread. Bread, they strike. No bread. Let me tell you, no Yam, no bread, no rice. What? How we survive? How do you want to survive? This morning, somebody called me, said they arrested him. Why did they arrest him? Because he has about 5 bread, piece of bread, 5. They now ask you, the union, they ask you, where did you get this bread? They're on strike. How did you get this bread? Before you know, Numa started arguing with them. They took Numa to the police station. Numa now called me. When I got to the police station, I now asked the police, what happened? They say that their union has strike. Now, they asked Numa, where did you get this 5 bread, piece of bread? It's I asked police, what? Because everybody has the right. The only thing that I know they strike. Now, allow Duma to go, please. I don't understand me. Authority, they allow Duma to go. The reason I tell Duma, say, let that guy keep the bread for home. If they strike, join them to strike. Now, we need strike now. Nothing is going, nothing is happening. And I thank that boss step that the bread, are striking. But I want to ask a question. What is the gain? They are striking to increase their bread. I don't understand me. How can we buy bread, 1,000 naira, a bread? 1,000 naira in Nigeria, yeah, which is very long. In abroad, 1,000 naira can buy anything. $1,000.
No, 1,000
naira. $1,000. I'm doing $1,000.
Okay.
You can buy car in there, Tokumbo car, whatever. But yeah, 1,000 naira here. Buy bread, other single bread is nonsense. You see, let me tell you, we're supposed to be on strike now.
That is Nigerians.
Everybody, as the bread union have strike. The eater, those who are eating, is supposed to join them to strike. Let people break this country down. Let's stay at home. We will not die for hunger. I get to me. Because people are still whopping, going around. That's why you see the government feel they are not feeling anything. I don't mean bread. The baker strike now. It's like government, not to consign them. I get to me. We need to, everybody. What we are doing here is the same thing. We already communicated to the world. I get to me. But let other people, it's a routine thing that people are enjoying. Where? Gone up. No rice, no yam, nothing, no tomatoes, everything has gone up. They're not even seeing it. So something is wrong somewhere. We need to protest. Like now, I am praying this labor will not change their mind. Labor should not change their mind. With that kind of protest, everybody will come out, both women and men, market women. Let's come out and tell this government is enough. They can't continue enslaving us in our country. When you be mentioning that America, there's hunger, you told it there's hunger in America. There's a lot of food there. They're not crying for food. We cry for everything here. We cry for light, cry for fuel, cry every day. Natural grade always go down. Tomorrow, natural grade go up. Next tomorrow, it has gone down. Till we need to, everybody need to be on board. Not speaking grammar. What is grammar? Referring to Awolowo, referring to Ojukwu, referring to this. Let's talk. We that is living now. Let's talk the reality now. Things are very expensive, my brother. Have you seen yam? I told you before, this place, yam needs to line up. Have you seen anyone? Nobody go farm. Nobody go farm. Nobody's trying because of bandit, Boko Haram. killing. Something is wrong somewhere, my brother. Understand me? Something is wrong somewhere. And Tinubu cannot address it. No matter anything, Tinubu cannot address it. Atiku cannot address it. My prayer is that if the youth can unite, not Facebook, not internet, and go and do their homework for house, and you see, bring a new leader that will be able to change this country. Understand me? Not, I said, my own is that let every region go to their region, go and manage their region. Sort of going to Asorok, nobody that go to Asorok, they never change. They never have a good person that change. When they go to Asorok, they have a bad character. So something is very, very wrong. We need to go out in mass. Now the bread union have strike. What are the people who are eating bread doing? We do nothing. We only just clap up. Nigeria should go on strike now.
When will Nigeria go on strike?
That is we are doing our own here now. We are telling the world what is happening there. Our government has failed us. What has failed us? Telling us GDP. What is GDP? What is this? What is that? I get me. So people will stand here. You see, we need to go to our places. I need to go to my state, ask my local government chairman, what are you doing? I will go to a collective. What are you doing with it?
I'd like you to go.
I will go there, ask my local government, what are they doing? But here in Lagos, here, when you go there, they will ask you, who are you? Are you a Yoruba man? I cannot go out. Let me tell you. As I don't man, I will not go to my local government here and ask the Yoruba man there. I get me? I can't go and do that. It's not possible.
Okay.
I get me? Okay. I am not those who are sharing their shirt here. They should go home and share shirt in Imo State, not Lagos here.
Thank you very much.
I get me? Everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm saying, let everybody go and protest.
Okay, thank you very much.
Everybody is going to protest because of the price of yam and beans.
No, I'm not protesting because of the price of yam.
I am not protesting because of price of yam because my father has yam or ban in East. Obaji, where they keep yams, is called what? Yam ban. B-A-R-N. That's where we hang our yams after harvest in the 80s when we were young. Our fathers will call us into their place where yams are tied. We roast yam and we use palm oil, fresh pepper, and we finish it up. So Lucky is trying to tell us that it's very difficult to buy food stuffs now. The prices, are skyrocketing on daily basis. Every minute, every second that goes. Prices of food, commodities are on high side in Nigeria. And the APC government, they do what? They block their ears. Those people, this government is a vagabond government. I'm trying to tell you that is no hate speech because what they did to Jonathan in 2014-15 has stopped what? Hate speech across Nigeria. You can come out anywhere on any platform and say the truth. Nobody's gonna stop it. After all, 3-4 days ago, when Tinubu was unveiling Chetima as his running mate, Muslim ticket, many people like me wore bishop clothes. Can bishop wear biabia? There are many bishops with big biabia more than my own. Purple color, red color, white color, yellow color robes.
What does it take to be a bishop?
It takes to be a bishop when you go to what? Theology, school of theology. It takes to be a bishop when you do what? Bible school. You go to Bible school. Obasanjo in 2008 attended school of theology. He graduated. He read Bible. He read about what is a theologian. Obasanjo is a theologian. He's not a theologist. He's a theologian. He went to the school. Obasanjo can preside over any session, any congregation in any Orthodox church in Nigeria because he's a theologian. So Anaboro was spotted among those procession. Procession are what group of bishops or clergies marching. That's the meaning, procession. Among the procession, Anaboro was spotted from axis of where Ochodi. People started shouting, "This man is Anaboro." The guy was cladded with bishop robes. Christian, I was asking myself, what? I was in Oba here. I was in Ikeja doing nothing. They would have invited me to become a bishop. They will give me the robe, I will wear. 100,000 or 200,000, I will go home with that. But let me tell you, I'm going to come out. Yes, but I'm going to come out to what? Social media. This Flip TV,
and tell the whole world that I was made a bishop for good 4 hours. And when 4 hours expired, I become still Mr. Ralph. So I want to thank you guys that are watching us. Thank you, Mami Nkechi. Thank you, Mama America. Thank you, Kanu Abuba. Thank you, Ken Chris Uche that lives in Japan. Thank you, Ralph in Italy. Thank you, Raphael in the UK. Thank you, Ralph in Maryland. I'm thanking Mami Nkechi, Mami, Vera Komoni, all of you guys. I'm thanking all of you. John Onoche from Igwedo, Obunike. I'm thanking all of you. Then, your responsibility, which you are living up to, is the reason why we are here every day. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Debt servicing exceeds our revenue.
Yes, debt servicing has gone up more than the revenue generation. Ask me why. Because of borrowing. Which was why I said last year that he that goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. Somebody that borrows money to grow his business is a sorrow man. You know the meaning of sorrow. Such a person will be always aggrieved because every day when he is sleeping, pom on his door, knock, who is there? Where is my money? I listen to because you are a debtor. Creditors are coming to ask you for their money. Nigeria has gone a borrowing over the years within APC administration. Nigeria borrow money from China to the extent that Nigeria Port Authority, Nigeria Railway Corporation, NRC, China has bought all.
I don't think China has bought all.
No, they are bought all.
They are managing some of the franchise.
You are trying
as a franchise.
Christian,
they manage.
Christian,
they have not bought it.
You are finding trouble in my mouth. Ask me
how.
Not bought it. Ask me how.
How?
Nigerian Airport Authority was sold by who? I want to know if you know Nigerian police. Nigerian Airport Authority was sold by who? Atiku. Atiku. Nigerian Port Authority was sold by who? Atiku. Nikon Nuga was sold by who? Atiku.
No, I'm talking about railway.
Nigerian Deposit Insurance Company, NDIC, was sold by who? Atiku. Nikon was sold by Atiku.
Railway.
Listen, Railway Corporation, they invited China. China finished all their rubbish through Amechi, the Minister of what? Transportation. Are you listening to me? From Lagos to Ibadan, the Railway Corporation, Abuja, Kanu to Niger. Thank you. Port Harcourt and Bayelsa, any railway there. Umuahia to Enugu, any railway there. Are you listening to me? Amechi is our son. He has not done anything to us. Then we keep on borrowing. Amechi even tell us that if China says they are not going to give us, he's going to divert to Brazil. He's going to divert to Europe. And listen to me. There is nothing that they have got right in this regime. There is nothing that Buhari has got right in this regime. Agricultural sector is in shambles. Educational ministry is in shambles. Adamu has not listened to the ASU strike. Both non-academic staff or staffers of university across Nigeria, nobody is giving them what? Listening ears. Our children are off school, outside school. Some of them that has money, they are reading online. You don't know, there are many students of the university that are reading online, and so, as I'm talking to you.
I did so.
Kudos to modern technology. As Adamu has planned it, Southern Nigerians will remain like Almajiri in the north. Southern Nigerian students are reading online. Fulani cannot stop us. Most of our children in the southern Nigeria, they are reading online because ASU strike persists. Most of Nigeria think that ASU strike, their children are out of school for 5 months. It's a lie. Our children are still reading online. If you don't know, most Nigerians don't know. If you don't know, I know. If you don't know, their parents know. They are buying times, air times. Are you listening to me? Data for their children to read online. And that is what is going on now. Do you know that? Yeah. If your parents don't have money, you will fly. With what? Failure. But this time around, they are reading online. Adamu of Fulani extraction. Go to hell. Nigerian students are still reading online. You don't go to school. You don't know anything about education. Buhari, you don't go school, you have no certificate, you come here, you are ruling some persons, not Rafael Mbuchi. You can never be my president as I am here now. I'm expecting obedience to Obi from a what? Allah. No, not Allah.
Can
from
Obi take us out of this mess?
Yes! 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 Obi is going to take us out of this mess. Ask me why. He's going to handle Nigeria the way he handled Anambra State. You know that? Every senior prefect in the secondary school during Obi administration had or was given Obi's phone number. They had Obi's phone number. If you have any problem in your school as a senior prefect, maybe a vice principal or principal is trying to sleep with junior students or senior female students, you will call Obi. See what our principal is doing. See what our teachers are doing. Christian, let me tell you, every student now that are in the university that knows what computer literacy, that are computer literate, they are taking exams.
Okay.
They are reading. I'm not going to.
It's many 1 minute.
No.
Airtime is money.
Man, airtime is money. But you discuss with people online thereby wasting our time.
You spend 10 minutes.
Anyway, 10 minutes. Yeah. Something I just come now.
Yeah,
my God, Jesus is Lord. Let me tell you, Christian. See, nothing is right in Nigeria. Somebody is coming to fix it. Obi is being granted interview by CNN. Comes next month of August. The whole world will listen. If what you are saying here is a lie, you guys are going to watch on CNN. Obi will address the whole world. Are you listening to me?
Okay.
So if you know that you are an aspirant of ACN, AD, SDP, APC, Association of People Without Certificates, come and challenge Obi on CNN.
Okay, thank you very much.
Obi is gonna tell the whole world how he's gonna do it.
Thank you.
Are you listening to me?
Thank you.
So, I think somebody's gonna succeed you. Hope time, tick tock, the clock time is clicking.
Okay.
Hope we bow out one day. Who is going to succeed who? Hope will say, somebody will say, my predecessor was Hope. APC is going nowhere.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nigeria. Thank you, Chris.
I have a book on them.
Yeah.
Let me show you. This is 11:05.
No, don't show me time.
Now 10 minutes.
Don't show me time.
10 minutes, Mr. Fugodem.
I don't need time. What I need is to talk.
Use your time judicially.
Okay. Shall we pray? In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, Abba Father, I thank thee, I worship thee, I magnify your name for keeping me alive, for keeping every one of us alive. I thank thee for our fans who are all over the world watching us. You keep them alive and you bless them. I thank the one that have sold in our purse. I thank thee on behalf of the one that have sold in our purse. I thank thee on the one that are not able to sow. Father, bless every one of them, protect them and guide them in Jesus' name. All our fans, I cannot be able to mention your name because I am not a computer. I'm an ordinary woman with the flesh and blood. I thank Philip TV that made it possible for us to have this platform to express our view and for the world to know what is actually happening in Nigeria. Lord, bless Philip TV. Let him grow more and more in Jesus' name. I thank thee, oh Lord Jehovah, on behalf of Mazin Namdekalo, whom you still keep alive. I thank thee on behalf of Simon Ekpa and his autopilot, Omada and autopilot, ESN of autopilot, IPOB of autopilot. Lord, bless every one of them and continue to keep them, use them as security outfit to secure our land, the Biafra and the Biafra indigenes. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I thank you on behalf of Sunday Bohu, I thank you on behalf of Sunday Amateku, I thank you on behalf of Odua Republic, Lord, I thank you of the whole agitators who are fighting for their freedom. Lord, bless every one of us and give us our freedom in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I am Mr. Okparan, the new Okokondem in this Republic of Biafra. Live by Mazin Namdekalo and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Odua Republic. Long live Odua Republic. Long live Odua Republic. Long live Mazin Namdekalo. Long live Simon Ekpa and the autopilots in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Most times the prayer should be just short so that you can address the issues. If you use 5 minutes in praying, 5 minutes will not be enough for you.
Don't worry.
If you use 5 minutes,
if I have prayed and thank my God, I'm okay.
You can pray at home. You can pray. It's the same thing. God is everywhere. Look at them. So let's start with the bishop. the bishop saga. What will you say about it?
Anyway, you see the bishop stagger. I don't blame who staged them and the people that are saved. Who I'm blaming is the Christians. Who I'm blaming is the pastors. Who I'm blaming is the bishops. Who I'm blaming is the reverends. Who I'm blaming is the Christians, the so-called men of God that have turned Christianity, have turned that to post, have turned that to title, have turned that to calling into a meeting. Into a meeting. Because if our bishop, if our daddy GOs have not started the blessing politicians, have not started working with the politicians cannot know that you can go and read somebody and give him that kaftan. It's our bishop that done it. This present government that are messing up, it's not that the GOs pray for them. It's only Oyedeko of Winner stand on his feet and say no. That 2015 election will not favor you. And to whosoever bless APC in 2015 election, they will regret. Are they not regretting? How many times have I mentioned their name? So many big pastors in Nigeria went to Asoro, collected Ghana must go. But now it's no more Ghana must go. Now it's Biafra must go. Biafra must go, we must go. They collect it and come start pouring oil. They make anointing oil to become a thing of urine that you make this anyhow. That is why politicians, if politicians have the guts to use the office of God to make a thing of caricature. If it's in the olden days, the time of Elijah, who point the hand to prophets, who point the hand to office of God and go free. Look at Hosea. Hosea. Because Hosea leave his office as a king and went and offer offering in the place of the priest. What happened to him? Instantly, leprosy. God sent the leprosy to him. And he died of that leprosy. Because the office he went to a mess is not his office. He's a king. He's not a priest to offer sacrifice. But he did it because he was a priest. Look at Jeroboam. When he was in Bethel, offering sacrifice to idol, God to send the young prophet to meet him and warn him. See what happened that very day. The young prophet speak and it happened. That very hour. How many of our bishops can come now see? They are the cause of ordinary politician, a mortal man of flesh and blood. A mortal man of flesh and blood to abuse the office of God. May God have mercy. I will not cause them, but God mercy. Both the people that are dressed as a bishop and people that collected the money and people that give them money and people that arrange them to come. May God have mercy upon them.
Okay, our debt servicing exceeds our revenue. What we are using to service debt is more than our revenue.
You see, service debt.
The money,
the money
is
we
more
use
than what we make as a country.
As a country. No matter how we make money, no matter how we spend the money, if Nigeria controls the economy, we still have money to spend. But one thing is this: looters are in power. This is what Fela said: vagabonds in power. Fela said it. But now what you have is looters in power. If you like, carry the whole money in America, in Europe, in Asia, give Nigeria, they will still go and borrow. This is why our money we spend, our income, our expenditure is lower than our income. This is why service debt is more than the debt and more than money we generated, because looters are in power. And these people that are looting, I don't think that they are Nigerians. They are looters. They are inventors that came from outside Nigeria. Because no matter how evil you are, you cannot loot or to destroy your own family. Or to destroy, Nigeria is not their house. That's why they came and feel if we are not able to conquer Nigeria and make it our own home, then let us loot them. Let us loot them. Let us steal them. By the time we will go, we make sure Nigeria is empty. Nigeria is no more financially and economically. If we're not going to be able to grab their land and use their land, Look at, and the Northerners have been front of this.
1 minute.
Northerners have been front of this. Whenever the economy grows, they will jump in and destroy it. Look at Omar Odiko enter in 2019 through Shagari era. Omar Odiko loot. He was, I think, he was a minister of transport and aviation also, but chairman of rice task force. Omar Odiko will import rice from Thailand, from Brazil, from Thailand, from China and India.
I have 1 minute.
Yes, I know that I have 0 minutes.
1 minute. 1 minute. 0 minutes.
When he bought that rice, in each bag he placed 50 kobo, and the rice will be on high sea. He will collect each bag 50 kobo to his pocket, and the trunks of rice, ships of rice will be on high sea. Omar Odiko will divert it and sell it to another nation, collecting money. So they said Nigerian economy fall. Omar Odiko loot 6 billion naira. 6 billion naira. One naira was 75 kobo to $1. British economy was falling that time. Essential commodity. I first had it from British man. Essential commodity. British economy was falling that time. He took that money and launched it in Britain. He didn't take it to revive the economy.
Thank you very much.
I'm coming. Now, excuse me.
1 minute.
When they destroy it,
1 minute is over.
Babangida regime, Abacha regime enter and loot. Abu Salam will enter. The regime loot everything. Second tier that we are crying up to now.
You're not going to do closing prayer.
No. I'm not closing prayer.
Yeah, 1 minute.
The second tier we are crying up to now. We introduced the Babangida, and that tier never dry until Obasanjo took over, a certain man, and built the economy again. Just sustain it. When the economy was booming, our economy become the fastest growing economy in the black world.
Okay.
This present regime come again and loot it. Now they want to hand it over to P2B to do what? To build the economy again.
Mr.
I heard you.
You want to still play again?
In this Republic of Biafra, live and mass Nnamdi Kanu and his POB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live mass Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Biafra. Biafra win the war. Biafra win the war. Wait, Omo Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Christian, leave me now. What can I do you? Listen,
good morning. Good morning.
You should have given him the opportunity to hear his voice.
And he used most of his time, he used it in praying.
Okay.
I told him before he started.
I've always told him behind the camera, I say, Nigeria problem, we know they finish. So he like pray from now till the kingdom come. Wait to go up. So that's good morning to our viewers.
Ren said that we have not finished dealing with unknown gunmen. Now we are dealing with unknown bishops.
So what do I have to say about that?
What will you say about the drama that APC played out in that event? What will you say about it?
So what do you think? What do you want me to say? What do you think prompted those hired bishops to attend APC?
They were trying to pacify the Christian community.
They were not pacifying anything. It is hungry. Those men are hungry because if you see those people, those guys you saw there, they were not bishops. It's just an average man on the streets who is sourcing for daily bread. So probably APC could come to the streets, hire you, give you cassock to wear, and you come to be a bishop. Now, every person you see there, attended that unveiling, claim APC was promised them 100,000 naira. At the end, when they got 40,000 naira, it shows it is what is the cause? Poverty. That is the irony of it. That's the truth of it. Because if those men are engaged, everybody would have been in their work, either their place of work or business. It's because of the rate of unemployment in the country. That is why politicians can easily play on intelligence. Today now, if Ashwadu come to this place now and say he need 1 million youth to canvas for him, 1 million youth will come. Even if over 1 million youth will come and support Ashwaju, irrespective of they are supporting him or not. As long as Ashwaju will give money, will do that money. That is it. Those men are not bishops. Those men are just ordinary men on the street like me and you who want to survive. Now also then they also you know this thing. Now also everybody for this country. So on my own, see, you saw the bishop. Bishop was putting on. Look at the cassock he was even putting on. Look at the bishop hat. One of them was even carrying back. They say after the whole unveiling, he said APC not give us our money complete. You don't see the video. That's it. APC promised them 100,000. That in return, APC is not giving them 40,000 naira. So those men, they were hustling. I don't blame them.
Don't blame them.
Yes. Who do I blame? It's politicians. I don't blame them. If they don't hustle now, what do they eat? Now also they hustle. So even if tomorrow, if they pick you too, do some black or some, go to bishop.
I know they do bishop.
Huh?
I know they do bishop.
You say?
I know do.
You know they do bishop.
I know do.
You know they do.
I know.
You know they do.
I know do.
If I walk your apartment, I don't go do.
I know do.
You don't go do.
I know do.
Continue.
You know, the irony of this is that if it were to be in the north, you cannot wear
blasphemy.
Of a Muslim. They will call it blasphemy.
We know how deadly and extremist
we are
those people
seeing the same Nigeria.
But see, Ashwaju has said he will fight dirty. Ashwaju has said he must get his power. So Ashwaju will do anything within purview, within him to make sure that what he gets his power. Because Ashwaju, nobody even saw it coming. For him to go and hire fake bishop. I don't see no be bishop. I don't see that miscreant. Wait, see, they are miscreants. See bishop. How can not kill them? Poverty bastard. Nigerian government, they are worse. They are wicked. They will impoverish Nigerians. Impoverish anybody. I don't use stipend just to know them. Because literally 40K should not be the reason why person will just put on cassock and claim to be a bishop. Go to all those bishops that claim to attend them. None of them own a church. None of them to God.
I know one of them that owns
that in a church. That in a church. Someone that owns a church is he was campaigning for APC youth community secretary. Politician pastor. All of them there, you know them are Christian. So let us deceive ourselves. What is the cause? Poverty. Because if someone is engaged, if someone has a job, nobody will tell him to come and wear cassock just for 40,000 naira. 44 for 1 month, 100,000. And in return, APC gave them 40,000 naira. So the truth is beginning to reveal itself.
Okay, let's look at what we have been saying.
Jam. I want to say this, Mr. Christian.
140 for cut-off mark, 120 for cut-off mark polytechnic. Imagine. Our
education system is gradually it will die. But when you have
imagine 140.
This is the highest mockery.
But it was
probably because they are using it.
It was a decision by stakeholders. It was a decision by stakeholders.
It was not. It is a decision from the northern elite. For the northern elite, because yes, the northern people, their cut-off mark has always been low. In 2011, when I wrote JAM cut-off mark was 220 and has got to 264. Yes, JAM pegged their cut-off mark to 220. But now every day, ever since you have when you have cow at the Modamu, who does not value education, our education system will continue to die. How can you peg JAM cut-off mark? It's an insult. JAM cut-off mark to 140 just to favor some set of people. Just to favor people in the north. Exactly. So you don't tell me that is the government of the stakeholders. Ever since I've been born, JAM cut-off mark has now when you wrote JAM, what was the cut-off mark? What numbers the JAM pegged the cut-off mark? It has been 220, 220, 200, 220, 200. This is the barest minimum of it. And an insult just to favor, because now if you look at the last JAM result, you see that there was a very poor turnout in the north. Look at statistics. Yeah, it was obvious that the north had a very bad turnout comparing to the data release from JAM. Just because they are in power, they just want to use this just to pacify their people, to kill our education system. What is 140? So that means miscreants, idiots now can now go to universities. Yes, that is it. Non-entities now. Because because if there's no standard for it, now abuse is inevitable. There should be a standard.
Okay.
For the jam cut of mark. How can you play jam cut of mark for 140? And then for the technique, 100. Collect application.
University is 140.
40, I know. For the technique is 100. Okay, well, yeah, 120. Collect application is 100. Why me I wrote jam? Then for 220.
Okay, let's look at debt servicing. How will Nigeria cope with this? Our debt servicing has exceeded our revenue.
It's a work on development.
It's not a welcome.
No, it is. What do you want me to say? It is because those that cannot look inward to make sure that this debt that is our ITR. Any country that wants to grow, any country that wants to be compete among global countries should not be doing this. When you service debt, now how much will be left in national treasury? How much will be left in the state coffer? So that means every IPR that is being generated in this part of the world is being used to service debt.
That means we are left with nothing.
We're left with nothing.
That's to borrow.
Who's cost? Who's cost? It's the government. It's the government. Now, when you embark on a project, still that project is just baseless. It's not meaningful. Now, the economy is really suffering now. Even to pay salaries now. Some state governments are finding it difficult to pay salaries. And now, a country that does not produce anything or export anything, how do you intend to keep up? How do you intend to keep the economy moving? So that means, let me see, you want to continue borrowing. You want to keep borrowing just to make the economy stand. It doesn't work that way. Fine, every country do borrow, but see, our own is becoming it's just too much. It's just too much.
Okay.
When you keep on borrowing to pay salaries and to service them, what is now the hope of the economy? That means money. There will no money in the reserve. There's no money in reserve. And then you know what it means? That according to the World Bank and the IMF policy, once you keep borrowing, your currency will be devalued. You know that. Devaluation will come in. And once your currency is devalued, what is the hope of the legal tender? What is the hope of the naira? Useless. That is why you see our legal tender is nothing. Now
you have 1 million naira in your naira reserve. If the naira depreciates, your money depreciates. It will not be 1 million naira again.
Exactly. So that is the problem. That means we need to look inward. Body economic team is the worst economic team in the world. Worst economic team. Thank you for having me, Mr. President. And don't forget, I said next week, also we'll embark on strike. And you promised
Tuesday and Wednesday.
And you promised to give me what?
Gala.
I'm not eating Agbado.
You promised me.
I said I will give you Agbado and cassava. You said you will take me to.
Okay, I'll take you from top to bottom.
No, not from top to bottom. I'm not Buhari. No. I go fight you for this camera.
The language. You don't have time. Just give them the language.
The language, the situation is not for Koyo language. There's a for Koyo department house. Nigeria is out of the game. It's like they want to erase Nigeria, but we are now not allowed them to erase us. We erase iniquity. The demonic people that rule us, we erase them, not you and I. You are now come Nigeria. We see Nigeria, but the bad people, we erase all of them. They want to be president by force. Now wearing Agbada for people to go and wear Agbada to go and represent Christianity in a demonic home where they was rejected. See the situation? So it's bad.
Our debt now, the money we used to service.
See, let me tell you one thing. I've already told you the language of the system of Nigeria is a bullshit house. It's a bullshit house. It's where they gather everybody money and not share it among themselves. You do see how we are holding billion, trillion, and they are still collecting. Now they are telling us next year subsidy will pay
6.72 trillion.
Did you know what it costs? 6.70 trillion. You can repair our refinery, but no one refinery is repaired. Why? Because of the gang of robbers that we have as a government. They are gang up against Nigeria as a whole. And we have to come outside and gang up against them. Because we are men like them. They are not up to 100,000. They gang up against 230 million Nigeria. They loot our life. They make us suffering and smiling. Why? They are bastard for calling people. Government, from president to governor to local government. They are all fuck up. Criminals. See, I'm on 6.something trillion. Next year, this year alone, it is not accounted. And you and I are suffering and smiling. Why don't all of us march to the west side? And they're all for call. Let all of us march to the government house and let all of us die one day. Yes.
And Nigerians ready.
We are ready because this language is a bad. Every day we hear the story. 6.20 trillion against this year, not this year. Is it a small money? Me and you don't see 100,000 in January now. How many million? See 6.20 trillion for next year when they were collected with the pocket. The name of Nigeria, the name of FG, federal government, they are criminology. They are thieves, and we have to march to the Aso Rock and remove all of them. For Koyo.
Thank you very much. Only one. I have Emmanuel, just 1 minute. Yes, good morning, Emmanuel. Just get close to the. Okay, let's look at the bishop. You heard the story about the bishops that attended the Shetima's unveiling. You didn't hear the story? Okay, let's look at our debt servicing more than our revenue.
Yeah. Good morning, viewers all over the world. This is me, Emmanuel. Debt, what did you call it?
Debt servicing exceed our revenue.
Yeah, it's the government bad body. The problem is that up to now, it looks like they are confused. They are confused of what to do on the economic system. Because if from Goodluck and Jonathan, I think we have this small problem before, but because of the people on the system in that office, the problem will not show up like this. So I think now the thing overdose because they don't know, the government don't know what to do. They don't have, like when Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was the president of World Bank. You see all this situation of causing things and the situations of this country look somehow okay. But she dropped after 2 weeks, everything changed because Goodluck tell her before she leave that place that Goodluck, she wanted to leave even before Goodluck leave. Goodluck denied that. Goodluck stopped her because she's capable of handling that office. But when they changed the governance, they put people. The other people doesn't know what to do about those things. I remember when Goodluck was in power, they choose people and put them in office based on their profession. But now the government system moved to selfish interest. Just like this guy of Minister of Education, Adamu, issue of almost more than 5 months. Nothing until people talk. The governance is totally down.
Yeah. Okay. Federal government is planning on banning motorcycles and mining activities nationwide.
This governance, they don't know what to do at all. They don't know.
They are planning to ban, to stop motorcycle. That is Okada.
They want to
and also mining. You know, in Zafra they do mining. All those, they are saying that it is because it allows terrorists to operate. When terrorists want to operate, they operate with bike.
They operate bike.
That's why they want to ban it nationwide.
So they want to stop bike.
Yes, nationwide, so that there will be no chance for some of these bandits, these criminals, to use. You know, bike is easy for them to use. Motorcycles, especially in the north and every other area. So the federal government is planning to ban motorcycles and also mining activities. If you look at Niger State and Zamfara State, you know Shiroro, some soldiers were killed. bandits take up. There's a mining going on there. People are mining.
Yes.
And bandits are looking at those areas, taking opportunity to mine. So these areas are going to support banditry. That's why they want to ban it. That's the explanation of the federal government.
No, that's not the big issue they're supposed to focus on. They're not supposed to focus on. You see, all these motorcycles issues, they are help to poor masses. If you cannot afford this, you cannot afford bike. You can afford to buy this one and that one. So now if they ban those things, they put more suffering on the poor masses again. But being the issue that these things are used for terrorism, like I said before, they are confused of what to do to stop this.
So what should they do?
Not to ban this thing is the issue, is the solution. Because if they say it's Fulani men that are doing these things, a Fulani man can take from far places into the place that they want. Remember, these people move with cows. And you say, okay, it's maybe because they are the speed of their system of doing. They will organize themselves again. What you're supposed to do is to look for a way to cancel these things nationwide.
Cancel what?
To cancel the issues of terrorism, using this system, this one and that one. Now, they have banned MTN network in Kaduna before. They have banned it in Maiduguri before. Does that mean this thing? When they said they have stopped all the whole network service in Kaduna State, I was in Kaduna.
We'll talk tomorrow.
They have banned network service before in Kaduna, and still yet this is not stopped. So they should know that banning this thing cannot stop the issue. And the issue here is that how to stop all these things. And how to stop it is only for government to do what they're supposed to do their work well. What did I mean by doing their work well? It's educational system. When you educate, government should know that going for educational system, not beyond everything in this country, is the solution of everything in this country.
Okay, do you believe some people are saying that they should divide Nigeria? Do you believe that Nigeria can be better if they divide Nigeria?
Yeah. This country is a big country. Like from Lagos to Sokoto, or I should say from Lagos to Maiduguri. Dividing this country, if the leadership of this country is not favoring others, if the leadership of this country, just for example, now we have different government ranking, like senators, this one and that one, ministers. How did you check the ministers' appointment? The government appointees, the government officials. So if it is not favoring the other side in a massive, not just favoring, I mean if it is not favoring, let's say like Yorubas, if it is not favoring Yorubas too much, then they can come up with their own ends, their own reasons, and divide it. And when you divide these countries, I think to me it will be okay.
Okay, thanks very much, Emmanuel. Yes, we have come to the end of the program today. Bystanders and newsstands, thank you very much for being part of the program and also being with us till this time. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition. I think Mr. Lucky won today's analysis. Yes, Mr. Lucky. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition. I'm Christian Tiku. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.